This video shows how to assemble our manually operated pump ball lift. This lift is one that fits on our modular marble runs. The laser cutting files are available to download for free on our website, freelaserfiles.com. Our modular marble runs are designed to use 1/2 inch or 12.7 mm steel balls. The lift assembled in this video is made entirely of 3 mm MDF, but any suitable 3 mm or 1/8 inch thick material could be used. This is a glue-together model, and Type Bond 3 wood glue from a small squeeze bottle will be used in this assembly. Start your assembly with the uprights, parts numbers 2 and 3, and the 4 spacers, parts number 5. The plate, part number 1, will be used to hold the parts flat while the glue dries. The part number on the uprights will be covered by spacers when the parts are assembled in the correct orientation. Lay the plate across the wide section of the uprights to hold them flat. Now you need parts numbers 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. These will make the first assembly of the ball pusher. The ends and sides of the pusher need to be aligned. Parts numbers 34, 35, and 36 need to be assembled as shown. These will make the shaft which holds the small cog. Make sure that the pin is square to the discs. Part numbers 30, 31, 32, and 33 make the large cog assembly. The pin must not protrude beyond the top surface of the large cog. Make sure that the spokes are correctly aligned. Again, make sure that the pin is square to the discs. When the glue is dry on the uprights, they can be joined to part number 4. 2 rubber bands will be used to hold these parts while the glue dries. The bottom curve of the uprights needs to follow the bottom curve of part number 4. Note the glue being applied to the tabs. These meet up to the opposing tabs and should be glued together. Next you will need parts numbers 1, 6, 7, and 8. The 2 parts number 11, and parts numbers 12, 13, and 14. The ends of these parts need to align with the end of the plate. These parts also need to align with the opposite end of the plate. Smooth out any excess glue. Check that the parts are square to the base plate. The first section of the cranking handle can now be assembled from parts numbers 42, 43, and 44, and the 4 discs number 45. Make sure all the discs are aligned, and wipe away any excess glue. Part number 10, the ball pusher guide, can now be glued to the base plate. The plate is scored with the location of the guide. Smooth out any excess glue. The ball pusher can now be completed with parts numbers 23 and 24. The round ends of the connecting rod should be lubricated with a suitable lubricant. Paste wax will be used in this assembly. The small cog shaft, which was assembled earlier, can now be fitted into the base plate, using parts numbers 37 and 38. At this stage, the base plate will be lubricated where the cogs revolve. The cranking handle, which was assembled earlier, can now be completed using the 4 parts numbers 46 and part number 47. Lubricate the edges of the small discs, being careful not to get wax on the pin. Three of the parts number 46 are scored with part numbers, while the 4th one has a scored line. The one with the scored line is fitted last. Tiny spots of glue will be used to hold these rings in alignment. To avoid gluing the rings to the top disc, put the disc in place on the pin and apply glue to the joint. Lift the disc slightly to get glue into the joint. The rings should revolve very freely. Parts numbers 25 and 27 form the pivot for the connecting rod. Discs numbers 28 and 29 hold the large cog to the base plate. The parts should be lubricated as shown. Parts numbers 15, 16, and the 2 numbered 17 assemble into the ball-out feeder. A small clamp will be used to hold these. The ball pusher and the cranking handle can now be installed. These will be held in place with parts numbers 25, 39, 40, and 41. Again, moving parts should be waxed as shown. A small clamp will be used to prevent the cranking handle from tipping. This disc will be glued in place by using the top application method. The upright can now be attached to the base plate. The two trim plates, numbered 15, will be held with 3 clamps. The sprung ball non-return catch needs to fit into the slot on the ball feeder. Parts number 48, the two numbered 49, and part number 50, form the ball-in feed. The final parts to be attached are the ball out feed, assembled earlier, and part number 9, the top ball ejector. After a few turns of the cranking handle, the lift should operate very smoothly. The lift locks into place on the hook tabs of the base. And is secured with 2 removable tabs. For this lift, the track switch needs to be set to deliver balls to the back track. The lift will work with any of our modular ball runs. For the first use, the lift column needs to be loaded with balls. The lift will click as each ball is loaded. We hope that you have enjoyed building this model. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to enable us to keep uploading free laser files.